Hey folks, so in this video I want to talk a little bit about tarot. A standard tarot deck consists of 78 cards divided into two groups. The major arcana, also known as trumps, has 22 cards. The minor arcana has 56 cards. Notice the bottom of the screen I have the number properties circled. You can verify this at the website gematrinator.com. So let's get into this. Again, tarot cards typically come in a 78 card deck. There are exceptions, but that is the standard deck. 78 is the 56th composite number. There are 56 minor arcana cards in the deck. The other cards are the major arcana. There are 22 major arcana in a standard deck. 22 is the 13th composite number. Know that the Fool card is labeled with a 0. At the top of the screen off to the left, you can see the 0. The Fool is pretty much looking up at the 0. Anyway, the Fool card is labeled with a 0. Including 0, we have 13 numbers in numerology. Think about 0 through 9, and then the three master numbers, 11, 22, and 33. So there are 13 if you include the 0. Now think about 13 squared, or 13 times 13. That's the same as if we add 78 plus 56 plus 22 plus 13. Again, those numbers at the bottom there, we get the 78 total cards in the deck, 56 minor arcana, 22 major arcana, and again, 22 is the 13th composite. So if we multiply 13 times 13, we get the same value as if we add 78 plus 56 plus 22 plus 13. Now, leave out the 56 representing the minor arcana, and also the 22 that represents the major arcana. We leave those out, we're left with 13 and 78. If we add 13 plus 78, that equals the same as the 13th triangular number. Add all the numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, all the way to plus 13. It's the same as if we just added 13 plus 78. Now, there is plenty of astrology represented in tarot. Many people ignore the 13th zodiac sign. That would be Ophiuchus, meaning serpent bearer. I am planning to cover that in a future video, but for now, consider that lots of people, when they talk about zodiac signs, focus on the 12 signs. Think about horoscope pages on websites, magazines, and newspaper, and whatnot. So let's talk about 12. Among other things, 12 is a time number. 12 months per year, 12 on the clock here, 12 hours AM, 12 hours PM. 12 is important with so much more. But going back to the composite numbers connection, the 12th composite number is 21. Notice the highest value major arcana card is the World, which often displays the Roman numeral XXI. XXI in Roman numerals represents 21. And all the major arcana in most decks probably have the Roman numerals. So again, XXI in Roman numerals represents 21. Again, 21 is the 12th composite. Now think about the 12th triangular number. We can get this by adding all the numbers from 1 through 12. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all the way to plus 12. The sum is 78. Recall, there are 78 total cards in a standard tarot deck. And once again, 78 is the 56th composite number, and there are 56 minor arcana cards in the deck. I was inspired to do this video a while back, months ago. I was watching a live stream from Decode Your Reality. He does deal with tarot cards quite a bit, and gematria and numerical decoding and whatnot. And somebody asked him, I'll leave a link in the description box. It was towards the beginning. Somebody asked him something about astrology. And he said, oh, you want to know about astrology? You just need to remember the 13 numbers of numerology and whatever else, I forget. But that really got me inspired. And I wanted to do this video, but I didn't have the composite numbers connections on the website. Derek finally added the composite number recognition. So now I could just direct people to his website. They can click on the number 78 and see that it is indeed the 56th composite. But as said, tarot does have a lot to do with astrology. 3 of the major arcana. Just look at these cards: the star, the moon, the sun. Think about the solar system. And astrology, think about astro. It means star. Anyway, zodiac signs are represented in the standard tarot deck, and I'll give you a couple of obvious examples. The star card represents Aquarius. Just look at the imagery. She's pouring water. And Aquarius, this is the water bearer. Another obvious example is Libra is represented in the tarot with the Justice card. Think about it. This is literally Lady Justice with the sword in one hand and the scales in the other hand. So Justice card represents Libra. We also have Leo represented. Leo the lion. Look at the Strength card. Again, this is a major arcana card. It represents Leo. You see the lion right on the card there. Also notice above the head of the lion tamer there's a figure 8. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Actually, might as well do it now. So there are 3 cards, 3 obvious examples of the figure 8, the infinity symbol. There's also another word for it. I was having a conversation in a different video from Decode Your Reality where I mentioned the analemma, the path. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but the path that the moon takes, the path that the sun takes. It looks like a figure 8. And how it resembles the infinity sign. And we talked about how this symbol appears on 3 different cards in the tarot deck. The 2 of Pentacles, you can see off to the left here. This character is juggling. It seems like he's juggling pentacle coins in a pattern of the figure 8. In the middle there, we see the Magician. Above the Magician's head, there is the infinity symbol. And off to the right, we have, again, the Strength card. Again, the figure 8 is above her head. And it's also worth pointing out, just look at the numbers represented. Off to the left, 2 of Pentacles is a 2. The middle is the Magician, which is 1. And the Strength card is 8. 2, 1, and 8. Talk a lot about the number 218 and 21, 8. And how 21 is the 8th Fibonacci. And once again, the highest value major arcana card is the World, which often displays the Roman numeral that represents 21. There are some decks where the infinity symbol can be interpreted. See, look at this card off to the left. You can't really quite see it, but above the head of the person, you see there's like a circle or an oval around this person, and the top has this crisscross pattern. You can imagine it's basically an infinity symbol tying the rest of the circle, and then at the bottom it's the same thing. So you could argue that The infinity symbol is kind of hidden twice in this card. But yeah, again, this is the 21 card. Again, 21 is the 8th Fibonacci number. We have the infinity symbol on the 8, the strength card, which is 8, the magician card, which is 1, and the 2 of pentacles, 2. So 2, 1, 8, 21, 8. Now, I don't want to keep this video too long. I'll probably do at least a couple more like this, but I just wanted to show the composite numbers connection. But there are other connections. For instance, look at these two cards, the Lovers, the VI, Lovers, and the XV, the Devil card. These have some similarities to it. First, notice they both have a male and a female. The female is off to the left of the card, the male is off to the right. They're about the same distance away from each other. Looming above them is a big figure. On the left, we have the Lovers card, has the angelic winged creature there, and off to the right we have the demonic winged devil. And then you think about how this connects with numerology. So the devil card at the top, you can see the XV, that represents 15 in Roman numerals. 15 breaks down to 6 because 15, 1, 5, 1 plus 5 is 6. The Lovers card is 6. Off the top, you see the top left, you see VI with the Lovers card. VI represents 6. Again, 6 is connected with 15 because 1 plus 5 is 6. I mentioned Libra earlier. Let's talk about Libra again. The Justice card off to the left represents Libra. And this connects with the Judgment card on the right. And they connect because you think about the similarities, justice and judge. Those words go hand in hand. But also notice that the Justice card is XI, which is 11, and the Judgment card is XX, which is 20. The 11th composite number is 20. For what it's worth, I see from the internet here that the ruling planet for the Judgment card is Pluto. We talk a lot about Pluto lately. And the dates have been debated, but right around now, America, of the United States of America, is experiencing its quote-unquote Pluto return. Pluto was in a certain spot in the sky back in 1776 when the birth of the nation, essentially. And that planet, Pluto, is finally making its way back around to that exact spot right about now. That's the Pluto return. I'm running out of time here. Maybe we could talk about how other cards represent other zodiac signs and which planet rules other cards and whatnot. But there is also something to be said for people talking about the age of Aquarius, and you think about how we're coming up on the year of the snake. And once again, the forgotten zodiac sign, the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus, means serpent bearer. And then you think about this serpent that, instead of going around in a circle, goes around in a figure 8. So we're talking about the analemma, the infinity symbol, the number 8, how the star card represents Aquarius, and we're talking about the age of Aquarius, but the star card represents 17, which breaks down to 8. And then there is a Crowley-inspired tarot deck. I believe it's Thoth. The final major arcana card, the 21 card, is, instead of the world, it's the universe, and it has a person stepping on the head of a snake. And again, 21 connects back to 8 because 21 is the 8th Fibonacci.